In the shadowy world of espionage, where secrets are currency and information is power, one weapon reigns supreme: HUMINT, or human intelligence. While satellites gather data from the sky and computers crack codes at lightning speed, it is the human spy. The one who can look into another's eyes and read their soul, who holds the key to unlocking the most closely guarded secrets. HUMINT is the art of seduction and betrayal, of gaining trust and exploiting weakness. It is a dangerous game, played in the shadows where the stakes are high and the consequences of failure can be deadly. At the heart of HUMINT lies the source, the individual who provides intelligence, often at great personal risk. Sources come in many forms: the disgruntled insider, the ideologically driven defector, the blackmailed official, the unwitting pawn. But among these there exists a particular breed of source, one who chooses to betray their country, their company, their very own people, not out of coercion or desperation, but out of their own free will. They are the willing sources, and their motivations are as complex and varied as the secrets they reveal. Understanding these willing sources is paramount. Their motives, their vulnerabilities, their capacity for deceit. These are the factors that can make or break an intelligence operation. A skilled intelligence officer can exploit these factors, transforming a willing source into a goldmine of information, a pipeline to the enemy's most guarded secrets. But this is a dangerous game, one that requires a deep understanding of human psychology, a mastery of manipulation, and an unflinching acceptance of the moral ambiguities inherent in the world of espionage. The effectiveness of HUMINT hinges on the credibility and access of these sources. A well-placed, well-motivated willing source can provide insights that no satellite image or intercepted communication ever could. They offer context, nuance, and a glimpse into the enemy's thinking, invaluable assets in the high-stakes game of intelligence gathering. What drives an individual to betray their own? What inner demons, what deeply held beliefs, what burning desires could possibly compel a person to turn against everything they hold dear? The motivations of willing sources are rarely simple or straightforward. They are often a tangled web of ideology, ego, greed, and revenge. Some are driven by ideology, convinced that they are serving a higher purpose, even if it means betraying their country. They may be disillusioned with their own government's policies or believe that the information they possess could prevent a war or expose a great injustice. These individuals are often driven by a strong sense of moral conviction and a belief that they are on the right side of history. Others are motivated by ego and ambition. They may be seeking recognition, power, or simply the thrill of living a double life. These individuals are often narcissistic and crave the attention and validation that comes with being in the know. They may also be motivated by a desire to advance their own careers or gain an advantage over their rivals. Greed, of course, plays a role in many cases. Money is a powerful motivator, and some willing sources are simply in it for the financial rewards. They may be willing to sell their country's secrets to the highest bidder, regardless of the potential consequences. These individuals are often motivated by a sense of personal gain and a lack of loyalty to any particular cause or country. Finally, there are those who are driven by revenge. They may have a personal grudge against their government, their employer, or even a specific individual. They may see espionage as a way to strike back at those who have wronged them, even if it means harming their own country in the process. These individuals are often driven by a sense of anger, resentment, and a desire for retribution. Recruiting and managing a willing source is a delicate and dangerous dance. It requires building trust with an individual who is, by definition, untrustworthy. It demands a delicate balance of persuasion, manipulation, and empathy. An intelligence officer must understand the source's motivations, exploit their weaknesses, and convince them that their best interests lie in cooperation. This process often begins with identifying potential sources. Intelligence officers look for individuals who have access to valuable information and who may be susceptible to recruitment. This could involve targeting individuals who are known to be disgruntled, financially vulnerable, or ideologically sympathetic to the enemy. Once a potential source has been identified, The intelligence officer will begin the process of assessment, subtly probing the individual's vulnerabilities, motivations, and willingness to betray. This may involve casual conversations, social encounters, or even staged chance meetings. If the assessment is positive, the intelligence officer will move to the recruitment phase. This is a critical stage, as it requires gaining the source's trust and convincing them to betray their country. This often involves exploiting the source's vulnerabilities, offering them money, protection, or even simply companionship. The relationship between an intelligence officer and a willing source is complex and often fraught with tension. It is a relationship built on a foundation of lies and deception, where one party is constantly trying to manipulate the other. The intelligence officer must maintain control of the relationship, ensuring that the source provides accurate and timely information while protecting themselves from exposure. The world of espionage is one of moral ambiguity, where the lines between right and wrong are often blurred. Intelligence officers are tasked with defending their country, but they're also required to engage in activities that many would consider unethical or even immoral. Recruiting and running willing sources in particular raises a host of ethical dilemmas. One of the most pressing dilemmas is the question of coercion. How far is too far when it comes to persuading a source to cooperate? Is it ever acceptable to use blackmail, threats, or other forms of coercion to turn a source? Where does one draw the line between persuasion and manipulation, between exploiting a weakness and outright coercion? Intelligence officers must also grapple with the fact that they are often complicit in their sources' crimes. By providing information to a foreign intelligence service, a source is committing treason, and the intelligence officer who handles them is, in a sense, an accessory to that crime. Moreover, intelligence operations can have unintended consequences. Information provided by a source may be used to justify military action, leading to the deaths of innocent people. Even if a source's information prevents a war or saves lives, there is always the risk that it will be used for nefarious purposes. The ethical dilemmas faced by intelligence officers are complex, and there are no easy answers. Ultimately, each officer must decide for themselves where they draw the line and what they are willing to do in the service of their country.